Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Chai with Rai. This makes it episode 7 of episode Chai with Rai, and I'm so excited that I started this Insta Live. I basically just wanted to invite people whose story I love oh so much. Some of them who've been my friends, some of the people I've personally reached out to whose work I literally just admire. So I'm so excited about the person that we have today, because technically we've never had like a proper conversation of such. Hope your week is going great. In London it's been a bit of a, let's just say, situation. We're going back into lockdown, but you know what, I don't really know what to say. Hopefully you're all well, you're safe, you're sane. And yeah, that's that. But without further ado, I'm gonna get our guest on, Tobin. Tobin is from Canada. I came across Tobin by basically just watching some of his videos. He's a Canadian-based dancer and choreographer. He's the owner of, by the way, I'm reading this in case anybody doesn't know. He's the owner of a South Asian dance company, which is called Shadow Entertainment. His YouTube channel has over 5 million views. By the way, Tobin, I don't know if you know this, you're signed on. You have over 5 million views on your channel and over 35k followers. The company's style ranges from Bharatanatyam, Kathak, Ghana, dance hall, breakdancing, hip-hop, Bollywood, and so much more. He's performed at prestigious events such as TEDx, which is damn cool. And he's also performed internationally, such as the States, Canada, obviously, and South Africa. So without further ado, I'm gonna get him on. Hopefully that was a good introduction. Tobin, I need you to send it now. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna. Whilst I sip on a bit of cha. Hello!
Hey,
How are you?
good. How are you?
I think this is the first time we didn't even video chat the other day.
Yeah,
How are
man,
you?
this is really close.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
see this.
No
Let me
worries.
see.
Feel free to set up.
Yeah.
You look
Nice
nice
to
and
finally
fresh.
meet you.
Nice to finally meet you. You look nice and fresh. What time is it there? It's like what?
It's 2. It's 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Damn. It's like what? It's 8 o'clock here. So that's gonna
Yeah.
be fun times.
Because
How was your day?
it's just getting started.
What time did you wake up?
Oh my God. So I messaged you in the morning and I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
And then I
Oh
randomly
no.
woke up in the middle of the morning, and then I
Yeah.
went back to sleep and just woke up a little while ago.
Do you often have sort of sleepless nights, or is it just one of
So
those
I'm a night
days?
owl. So I'm a
You
night
are?
owl. Yeah. So I pretty much do all my work at night,
Yeah.
and that's literally when the house is quiet, nobody's there to bother me,
Yeah.
and we're just working hard right now.
How many people do you live with your family, or do you live with flatmates?
So I live with my parents.
Okay,
My sisters, they used to live here, obviously, but they both got married,
obviously.
moved off. they they both got married and moved out. But yeah, it's just me and my parents right now.
Wait, so you have a brother as well, because you said you recently posted, by the way, this week has been, I've told you this already, Insta stalking you mainly. You recently posted something about your little brother proposing. So do you have a little brother? You only have two
No,
sisters?
no, 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 no. So it's my little cousin. Yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot.
damn. Big, I was like big family always. So yeah, we're just gonna get started into it. By the way, I was going through your videos, and I don't know if you know this, how I got to know of your being, by the way.
Yeah.
You did this video, which obviously, I think like back in the day when I was like massively into Bollywood and like the Bollywood digital scene, you did
Yeah.
this video with Natasha for
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
Nacha.
yeah.
And I was like, that is such a cool, like, I think you were wearing this sort of this flannel pants situation with like you guys were doing like a green situation, and it was
Yeah,
a
yep, yep,
classical bit,
yep, yep.
and I was like, that is so smooth. I was like, this guy's so smooth. And
That
I
was
was
actually one of my first videos. Yeah.
what, on your own, as in like nothing with shadow or nothing like that?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty much.
That video was dope. I was
Yeah, thank
always
you.
fascinated by Natasha because I was like, I mean, like I've told you this already. I was seeing the certain names from Canada already popping up, and I
Yeah,
was always like, why is Natasha never given the love that she deserves? Because I
yeah,
feel like, so I was like, because she's multi-talented. She has like such a dimensional sort of range when
for
it
sure,
comes to
for
South
sure.
Asian dancing,
Yeah.
which like Shadowed and yourself, you do as well. But I was just like, why is she not like really up there? So
Yeah.
that's how I came to know of you, and then I became obsessed with your visuals. And
Thank you.
seriously, like, did you know starting out the amount of production value when you created, what, in 2013 you created Shadow, right?
2013, 2014. Yeah.
Did you know that this, like, I still watch, was it Karmore Pardesia and Nano Wale
Yeah.
Ne? The,
Yeah.
and like the production value
Yeah.
that is in all of those videos. Did you know that you wanted to kind of like do that?
So initially, like I wanted to create a digital portfolio. That was my
Yeah,
whole um, concept behind making videos initially. You know what I mean? So like when a client wants to see, like, you know, like random clients, they always want to ask you, um, oh, like what is your work? Like what do you do? Like kind of thing. Oh, can you send me a video of like a performance that you did? And I
yeah,
was just like, you know what? Like I don't want to show someone's someone else's performance that we performed at. You know what I mean? Like it just devalues like that specialness that we did for them. And a lot of the time, like we do customized performances. So
obviously.
so my whole initial concept of this digital space is to create quality content that people can refer back to and be like, okay, I want that, like kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they want that specific style because like nowadays, like people are perceived like, you know, like Bharatanatyam being so traditional
yeah.
and, you know, like the whole full on outfit. They haven't really seen like a prior proper modern approach to it. And I feel like right now, like it's so important that like we open everyone's eyes that listen, like there's so much more to dance that
I
like
agree.
you need to see what's out there. And like a lot of people actually like the fact that we're producing these videos and they're like, okay, I want that and something else kind of thing.
I am gonna get into like the nitty bitty of like your productions, as in like your actual video stuff, because I know how much it takes, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
like a couple of people who are your friends and people from the industry know how much it takes to create a video. But I want to get to know your brain, which is I'm
Oh
fascinated by.
god.
Like the process. I'm always fascinated by the process it takes to create a conceptual piece of that magnitude.
Yeah.
Like how I'm gonna answer it in ask questions in blog. How does choreography come to you?
Um,
And when you have done so, when you're like, okay, if it's either going to be for a medley for a show, or if we're going to film it, how do you, because I know you do a lot of stuff with Prism, right?
yeah, that's
Do
my
you
boy.
guys do you guys collaborate, or because there's this pan thing that happens in Karmori Padesia where you have literally shot it like a
Yeah,
movie where this lens is filled. I think
yeah,
it's the transition bit in where I think she's riffing a bit, and there's like one girl doing a pose over here, and there's a back of the girl turned over here, and then it flips to panning
yeah,
quickly over here and things
yeah,
like I want to get to know how that happens, how you think of the costumes, the
yeah.
makeup, everything like that. Like, yeah, start with Curry and then work your way up.
So choreo wise, I'm gonna bring it back to obviously the last video that I released, which was Garmari Pardesia,
Yeah.
which was an insane like production that happened in less than 1 week.
Whose
Uh,
house is that, by the way?
it's nobody's house. It's nobody's house. So it's actually a banquet hall. A lot of
Oh,
people, a lot of people get married there and do outdoor weddings. There was an outdoor space as well, but
yeah.
it was too cold to do anything out there. So I was just like, okay, let's just do it there. So it was actually a collab with Must Be Kismet. It's like a wedding show here.
You
So
performed there. I saw a couple of
yeah,
pictures in the past.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of um, collaborations with them. Like we perform at their fashion shows, and just kind of like break up the lines of like bridal wear and all that stuff. So we pretty much, they came up to me with it. So when Garmore came out, I was like, yo, this is a dope song. And
Yeah.
I was like, I want to create a video to this. And I was like, okay, let's do this. And funny enough, like 2 days after I pitched it to some other girls, Kismet asked me, they're like, hey, we want to do a dance concept video.
Yeah.
Are you down? And I was like, they were like, this is the song. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. You know what I mean? So pretty much we got in there. They were like, okay, we need you for like this part, and then we can shoot your dance video right after. But obviously things got a little delayed and whatever.
Obviously. What would a life be?
And
What
we
would a
only
life be?
had, yeah, exactly. So we only had literally an hour and a half to shoot that whole entire video. It was stressful. It was stressful as hell. So girls were anxious nonstop. So it was a lot to like just go. There was no like break and like, you know, like, did you get it kind of thing.
Yeah, but
So,
nobody's sweating in there. Like, if they are, it doesn't look like they're sweating.
oh, there was touch-ups. There was touch-ups. So pretty much the whole choreography concept. So one of my main choreographers, which is Tamina, like our kata choreographer. So there was a lot of kata components in Garmore, and Tamina was actually in Bangladesh at this time. So we were choreographing via like Zoom, not even Zoom. I don't even know if Zoom existed.
I was just gonna say, did Zoom exist? It probably did.
Yeah, I have no idea. But
Skype.
pretty much we were sending videos back and forth. Yeah. I told her like the initial concept that I wanted, and then I would choreograph the other parts, and then I would be like, okay, let's change this part kind of thing. So it was a lot of back and forth, and especially since she wasn't even in the video either. So she was in Bangladesh and I was here, and like we just taught it to the girls and they learned it in 3 days. Yeah. And choreography, I feel like when it comes to choreography, I need to like get in the zone of the song, and like I watched the movie, I watched the video and got like inspired by that. And then the costumes that the girls wore, I tried to like do my own little twist on that outfit and like make it more now using colors of like that people normally don't use in like performances, like peach. Like nobody uses peach for for a costume, you know what I mean? So yeah, I try to like break it up and see what we can do kind of thing with making things different.
In terms of choreo, I really want to like, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep bringing it back because I really want to get to your brain. Like, because I think in a company sort of method, and my process has always been, I need to be inspired, not just by the song, but you know, when you choreograph, you choreograph on your own body, you choreograph on other people. So you take into account their movement and the way they're able to take the skeleton of work that you're about to give them. So like how does the process go? Do you do like R&D, sort of like you come up with a couple of steps and then you experiment on the girls, or do you just come in with set choreo? Like how does the actual work happen?
So pretty much I pre-choreo before, and obviously there's a lot of things that go on in my head when I'm choreographing. So sometimes it won't look good. Or like then in that sense, like when I see it on the girls, it's just like, no, that's ugly. like fuck that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I was like, let's change that kind of thing. So pretty much like I experiment with them first, like the initial concept. Sometimes I go try and choreograph the whole thing before I meet up with them, but then after, that's when day 2 and day 3 comes in, and I make those tweaks. And then sometimes I tweak things like on the last day, like, and just because like I watched the video so much, like the practice video and whatever. So yeah, I kind of like go with the flow, choreo, and then play around with them, and then implement formations and try to make them unique. And I choreograph in it in a way where it's like it's gonna be the cuts.
Okay.
You get what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
it would be this, or like this transition. Or I try to think of my transitions beforehand before I
You're
choreograph.
already editing in your head.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how you can do that sometimes. Oh my God, that is genius. Have you always done that, or this is like a recent thing, obviously, because like I feel in the recent years the digital space has become such a like a visual digital space has become such a like a prominent thing that
It has, it has. So initially, when our first videos that we actually produced, they were a hot mess. Like they were a
I
hot.
loved Rectitude and the what is it the other one which is like
So
sort of
those
something.
were actually not our first videos.
Oh, great. Have you
Yeah.
unlisted them?
So those are actually not our videos. So I was part of I guess I was scammed by some guy.
Yeah.
And he basically took off with our footage. We did
Wait.
probably we shot 3 videos,
Yeah.
but there was a deposit for 8. Okay. So
Okay.
this guy literally took off with our money and footage. And right when we were about to release, like I went to this guy's house and like edited the whole video, was ready to drop. We dropped the teaser video, everything. And this guy literally just up and disappeared. And the day that I went to go to this house to pick up the video, it's all gone. So this guy was missing. He left the face of the earth, and little did I know, like this guy has scammed a lot of people.
In
A lot
Canada
of
or in general?
in Canada. I feel like in Canada, like he's been. They're 2 brothers.
Do you want to just
So
say their names? Say their names. Say their names.
so
No,
their
it's
names are
fine.
Jay and
Protect it.
Wahab. I'll
Okay.
fucking say it. I'll fucking say it. I don't give a fuck. So their names are Jay and Wahab.
Yeah.
They literally took off with people's money and footage, and they were almost they were doing wedding videography pretty much.
Yeah.
So they had a lot of people's wedding footage that people have never gotten, and there's like a website about them, and there's a whole bunch of us that like trying to form a coalition, try to like find these guys
A
and get our
union.
footage. Yeah, literally try to get everyone together and like try to find these guys and get our money, get our footage, but nothing seemed to work. It was 5 years ago actually.
Damn.
Yeah, so that was like one of.
Hello.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties as always. Are we freezing? Am I freezing or are you freezing?
No. Am I
No.
freezing?
No, you're not freezing. We're
Okay,
doing
we're
the, we're doing the head thing.
good.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry about that. Oh, that is.
Yeah, man, it's all good.
I'm sorry. But I mean, now
Shit
look where you.
happens. Yeah, like it took a lot to like overcome that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just because like I trusted this guy with my vision and
Yeah.
everything, and like that's like pretty much the first time like I felt taken advantage of, and
Yeah.
I was being like, I guess I was vulnerable at that moment too.
Yeah.
And it's important to overcome that, because that you can't let that define you or moving.
Oh, somebody said this has been choppy. Guys, if something is happening, just let me know on the bottom. We'll see if we can fit the issues. I know I have a filter, which sometimes creates a lag, but like the lighting isn't great here, so I'm just gonna have a filter on. But let me know if you're hearing us right.
Can you guys hear us?
No. Somebody's throwing. Is Mariam one of your people who's saying fire emoji, fire emoji?
It was one of my coworkers.
Ah,
Hi,
got it.
Miriam.
Again, if we're lagging, just let us know. I want to ask and move on to Shadow Entertainment.
Yep.
How it came to be. I know you guys started out doing comps. Is it like the good old gay stories? Like, oh, we went to university or college together, and then we started dancing, and then we started doing competitions, and then, now look where we are. We're like a company. Also, PS, just a side note, I really like the fact that you have choreographers in that it's not just you as
Yeah.
like the main, like that's what I like. But yeah, go on to Shadow.
So Shadow, how it all started was literally from one of my last years in university. So Shadow actually has never competed
Oh,
together. I think that performance that you saw, judging by your stalking capabilities, um,
listen. Otherwise, this whole episode will just be like us, just like me, just trying to figure out. I have to bring some sort of,
yeah, that's all good. So that was actually our halftime performance
Oh,
that we
okay.
performed at a competition that we normally compete at.
Okay.
So pretty much how Shadow came about was we were all rivals. So we were all rivals in the sense where like we were all part of different universities,
Got it.
and I basically picked the best of the best from each university, and we for
This is
all
very
collide.
step up. This is very step
It
up.
is. It is.
It's
It is.
very step up.
It is. Even our competition days, like I think it's not what it is right now. Like,
Yeah.
hence there is no competition in life now. So, in the beginning, it was literally Bring It On Brown version. Like, it was Bring It On. The girls got rushed in elevators. Um, there was
Yeah.
like fights. It was production.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was insane. I don't know if there's any videos of those competitions online, but back then it used to be called SAA, and that's when a lot of the dancers that are in the industry now came from SAA, like Lily, which is Superwoman. She actually competed in SAA
Okay.
and all that stuff. That's how we all met. And but yeah, Shadow pretty much came. We were all rivals. We all just decided to join in, and that halftime performance was kind of like our coming out party. Uh, so we were announced and made it public that we are this company, and we're trying to create some stuff. And there was a lot of plans back then, but obviously time got the best of us and
Yeah.
things happened. That scam hole happened.
Damn.
But
How did you come up with the name Shadow?
so it's actually really
Yes, this is
funny.
what I'm gonna get into because I find
Yeah,
it interesting that having looked at the Bollywood scene in
yeah,
Canada, like
yeah,
in London scene, everybody has a company and their name has to start with Bolly something or it has to have Bolly something in it. You
yeah.
guys, none of you have, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, like none of you have like the word Bolly in your companies.
No. Uh,
There might be like one or two, but
I
yeah,
think like one or
the ones,
two,
but the
but
ones that I know, nobody has a
yeah,
Bolly in there.
yeah. Yeah. I feel like Bali, like having the word Bali in a company name, it's like you're stuck. You're stuck with it
Yeah,
kind of thing. And like you're like stigmatized into like just being just Bollywood, you know, like it's like, oh, what is that? Like, and then it goes back into like, you know, when people like, oh, that's all Bollywood. Like they see
yeah.
classical, like, oh, that's Bollywood. Like, I love that kind of thing, you know? So I think that word in like it just ruins everything. So how I came up with Shadow, it's actually really weird. Um,
It's okay.
so the first person that I've actually ever danced with was Anoshni. I don't know if you're familiar with Anoshni. She's one of my really close friends. So we actually did a performance at uh, Spotlight, and it's like a kind of like a
Oh, you're
talent show kind of thing.
lagging a little bit for me.
Can
Hello.
you can you hear me? Am I
Yeah,
good?
I can. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, so we performed at. You're frozen now.
Am I? Hello,
No,
hello,
you're good now.
hello.
You're good now. You're
I'm just
good
really good at being still.
now. So we performed at a like a talent show kind of thing at,
Yeah,
and then from there we went on to perform at like some random events, and like we went on as like, oh, like Tobin and Anoshni, Tobin and
Yeah.
Anoshni. Like we started getting a lot of gigs from that, and then we're like, yo, we need a name. And then so I was just like, oh, let's do. Sorry, I'm getting. Says I'm lagging. Am I lagging?
You're fine now. You were before.
Oh yeah.
Wait, did somebody just come in to tell you you're lagging, or you got a notification?
I got a notification saying I was lagging.
Yeah, you're fine now. You
Okay,
were
cool.
before.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so we performed at this event, and we started getting a lot of inquiries and performing or whatever. So then, in the beginning of our dance, it was kind of like a shadowing, mirrored dance. So ever since then, I was just like, yo, I think we should be called Shadow Entertainment. And then from there, it just went on and on. And then people started asking for more people. So then
Yeah.
from 2 people, it became 10 people. And now we're like 45 people.
Yeah, you have a huge. We're gonna get to that. You have a village of dancers in in your
I do.
in your catalog. But it's a testament to your work and everything.
Thank you.
We're gonna be crunching for time, and I'm gonna now whiz through certain things because, like, no, it's fine. Don't worry. I kind of want to touch up on like the digital space and the evolution of it. I think YouTube kind of became what like really prominent in sort of like our industry. I'd say like 2005, maybe even 2000. I feel like YouTube space in Canada kind of catapulted South Asians, obviously with Lily and yourself, and there's so many other people like I can name like Shireen, Chase, and all of these guys whose work I've seen and who I've had the honor to meet. But and now the space that it's become with like Instagram and TikTok, like how did you guys ever knew when you guys were starting out in those essay competitions, like how much of it was going to be, how important it was going to be? Because now we've talked about this as well when we were on the phone. I was like, unless your work is featured on Instagram or like YouTube or anything like that, there's no knowledge of you unless you're like a hardcore surface, like sort of base. And you're just like, you know what, I know I'm talented, I know my worth, and I get work, so I don't need to show off or put my publicizing work on there. But yeah, I kind of just want to talk about that a little bit, how you feel on that.
I feel like pretty much it is important to have your work recognized to a certain extent. You know what I mean? And I feel like it has changed quite a bit through time. Where like, you know, like Bali Shake is a huge platform right now to get featured in. And I feel like that is more so one of the, I guess, more free promotion kind of thing, because there are a lot of places, a lot of Instagram
pages
and Instagram pages that you need to pay to get featured and all that stuff. So I guess Bali Shake is kind of a blessing in that sense, where like, you know, they do get to feature your work and they get to expose it to different sources of media, and like, you know what I mean? So like, it's not just like for us, like it would be like, I don't know what my target audience is, you know what I mean? Like I know my Canadian audience, but like I don't know if people are watching in like South Africa, like London, or like, you know what I mean? Like you never know, but like I feel like it reaches certain audiences, and it is important to like get it out there, you know what I mean?
Do you think it's now when you produce work as opposed to before, it would be like for shows or getting friends together now, like now you really need to think conceptually, and you need to be like, you need to shoot it a specific way and edit a specific way so it fits into like the square frames? And do you ever care about the views? Do you ever care about getting featured? You can be honest about this, or you can just be like, no, I don't, or yes, I do, and stuff like that. But I know sometimes it matters. Like we discussed this as well. You'll spend a hella amount on coming up with a choreo, spending time on choreo, like, you know, costumes, filming and everything. And you'll put the video up and you'll be like, okay, this is going to get something. And you'll be like, oh, I've only had 300 views.
Yeah. I mean, it does happen. You know what I mean? It does happen. And like, I feel like it is a numbers game. To be honest, it is a numbers game. And like, I guess you can't be phased by that, or you can't let that stop you or define you from pushing forward and going above and beyond at what you can do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it is important to an extent, but I feel like you can't let that define you, right? Yeah.
Have you ever gotten bummed or anything where one of your videos you've been like, yeah, this is gonna be dope, and then you're just like, what the fuck just happened? Why hasn't guys? Can we please push this video now?
I mean, it
Promote.
has happened. It has
Yeah.
happened. It's just like, you know, like, but a lot of people don't know how much money I actually spent into a video. You know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. So it's just crazy that there's some videos that, you know, I drop a huge chunk of money on and that it's not being perceived as well. It's like, oh my God, like Goomer. Goomer was the most randomest video ever. But that was like
Yeah.
our like breakout point, you know what I mean? Like it got us recognized. I thought it was gonna get like 10,000 views, to be honest. I didn't think it would go anywhere. Like I literally were in the beginning, we were sitting on like what 5,000 views, 2,000 views, 3,000 views, and then all of a sudden this one video came out and it just blew up, and we were
Yeah.
like, oh, like what the hell just happened, kind of thing. So it was like definitely not anticipated whatsoever at all. I feel like it just gets featured, or I don't know how that happened, but it was like an overnight thing. Like it jumped like 40,000 in one night, and then it just kept going and going.
Do you now
Yeah.
feel the pressure? I think we've talked about this. A is my one question, and then B, I want to talk about how do you feel about, now there's so many channels that people will just repost and not tag you, and
Yeah.
then do like 100 amounts of like hashtags and things like that.
Yeah.
So I want to ask those two questions. Yeah.
So, well, sorry, what were they again?
First is, do you feel the pressure now to get views
Yeah.
and to deliver a certain amount of, let's say, a product that is going to be like,
Yeah.
and how do you feel about people just reposting and not tagging you, and or like stealing? Because some people are now, you will get choreos stolen and people will just not pay because it's free, right? And they'll just
Yeah.
learn it and perform at their weddings or their concerts or at their shows.
Yeah. So I do feel like it is important.
Emphasis on important.
It is important to get like obviously like to tag all the people that you like, if it's a repost or whatever, like
Yeah.
tag the choreographers at least, or tag the videographer.
Oh, you're lagging again. You're lagging again. Hello, hello, hello. Guys,
Oh.
where would we be without a little bit of technical issues?
Yeah.
Hello, hello,
Yeah.
hello. Are you back? Are you back? Are you back? Are you back?
Lagging a lot.
Guys, if it's me or Tobin, just let me know.
Am I lagging?
Am I lagging or you're lagging?
No, you're good.
I think half of this conversation is literally going to be like lagging, lagging, lagging. Hello, 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 hello.
Are we good?
Wait, let me turn this filter off.
Yeah.
See what difference this makes? Damn. Let's try that.
I think that's what it is.
Better? Guys, I'm putting a filter on because it makes me look good. See, so, some of you people are saying, oh, Tobin, it's not me. Why would my filter affect your Wi-Fi?
Yeah, that makes sense. But it's not, it's working properly now.
All right, great, great. Yeah, so pressure of views and like stuff on the internet just not tagging properly.
Yeah, so pretty much I feel like there is pressure now, just because I feel like I've kind of set the bar for myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like I can't have a bad video, like so like if it does end up being bad, like whatever, like at this point I'm just trying to create content, and like you never know what's gonna blow up and what's not gonna blow up.
Yeah.
At this point, and yeah, it is there is pressure, 100%, because you need to put good quality out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I feel like I've been like, and there's another thing, like, can I reuse a costume? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's like pressure of that. Like, I have to change this up. You know what I mean?
Oh God, that's so
So,
annoying. Costumes,
oh
do you know
my
how much
God,
it takes to make a costume, you guys?
bro,
Get
you
over
don't even
yourself.
understand. You
Do you
don't
know
even understand.
do you know how much it takes to hire costumes, guys? Get over yourself.
I know. They're like, oh, that's the same outfit that you wore in that video. I was like, oh my God, like, come on, man. Like, just let me produce content.
You should just hand them to me. I will be that person. They'll just be in the comments just like doing that. We have a very tiny amount of time, so I'm gonna move on if that's
Yeah,
okay. Even though
yeah.
we didn't get to answer the question, but I really want to talk to you about like Bollywood progression, Bollywood in Canada, colorism, background, and Atma quickly.
Yep.
Okay, so let's talk about it. I want to ask you about. Actually, let's start with colorism and work that way into things. You and I spoke about this already. I think like there's a certain stereotype that happens where if you're of South Asian descent, whether you are of lighter tone, darker tone, whatever style you're doing, and sometimes if you're dancing to like let's say our cultural music,
Yeah.
we all get pocketed into Bollywood.
Yeah.
I think the evolution of Bollywood doesn't really help. That I think we still don't have a lot of representation of all of the skin tones and of all of our cultures in there.
Mhm.
Like I think you and I talked about this. We still have Ajay Devgan, what
Mhm.
Prabhudeva,
Prabhupada.
Rajnikant. Um, they're behind the scenes. Like there's Raimu and there's a lot of other choreographers. But yeah, I want to talk about that because I think your videos and the work that you have done, it just oh my God, the beauty that is like I showed it to some of my colleagues
Yeah.
and like even some of my dancers and that I work with and they were just like, dang, this is so beautiful. But yeah, I just want to kind of talk about that and how you feel on that and what your commenting is on that.
Yeah. So I feel like there is a lot of colorism when it comes down to certain skin tones and um, I guess like ethnicity as well. Like ethnicity is like a huge thing, you know?
Yeah,
Like I'm gonna bring up an example. Like I feel like you need to pick and choose your clients and like obviously like there has been instances where like, oh, we want um fair skinned girls kind of
mm,
thing to perform at our event, or like they need to be like 6'5" or 5'8", like a height requirement.
yeah,
So like we're just like, okay, like this is not who we are. Like we're trying to give you talent, like proper talent, and like you can't let race or height or ethnicity be a factor in the sense of your talent, like what you're
yeah,
gonna get or what you're hiring for. You know what I mean? There's been instances where music videos, they're like, oh, they would put like the darker skinned people in the back or like
yeah,
and the lighter skinned people in the front. And you know, like we've walked out of like situations like that. We're like, you know what, like we're not gonna be part of this. And we've had like, I don't like my dancers feeling like that as well. Like um I'm a huge believer in my dancers. Like I want to portray them as much as I can
yeah,
and show them like to the world. Like, you know, like there is a lot of talent in Toronto. And I feel like a lot of them are scared in the sense where like they don't want to come out of their bubble
yeah,
and, you know, take chances, auditions and all that stuff. Or like, but lately I feel like a lot of them are breaking out of their shell and coming forward with that. And like, I feel like you just need to be you just need to speak up about this, you know what I mean?
lots
Like
of your people are
we
saying yes, yes, you believe in us. I feel like you're reading.
I can't even see any of this.
Can you not?
Oh, there. I think that's a little lagging for me. Weird.
Oh really? The
Yeah.
comments. Oh.
Oh, now I'm seeing it. Now I'm seeing it. Now I'm
Why do
seeing
you
it.
think I mean like I feel like I'm still quite ignorant
Mhm.
about I think my own community and my own culture, but there's certain like stereotyping that, you know, if you do Bharatanatyam, you must be of a darker skin tone, and you will either be Sri Lankan or you be Bengali or Malayali, and you know, like, or from Kerala. Like, there's so many stereotypes that go with it, and I don't understand why that is and why it still exists to this day. And do you think it stops you from like reaching that plethora of that commercial mainstream market, which is
I don't think so, to be
no?
honest. I feel like I don't know how it is over there, but I feel like here, it is predominantly a lot of Sri Lankan Tamils that
Yeah.
do Bharatanatyam, and it's like Kathak is more like the north, you know what I mean? And like I feel like Kathak is not properly recognized as much as Bharatanatyam. You
Oh,
know what I
here
mean?
it's the other way around.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, here's the other way
Wow.
around.
So before, I'm gonna bring it back to like competition days. There never used to be like a Kathak category.
Yeah.
And it was just like classical, and it would be like whatever. And back then, like people just did Bharatanatyam, and then now like there's like you have to have Kathak in it. You have to have
Oh, really?
Bharatanatyam in it, and I feel like it has evolved quite a bit, and I feel like Bharatanatyam is more prominent in Toronto. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That's
No,
so
I
crazy.
think
That it's
yeah, it's the other way. I mean, like, again, I'm generally speaking, and I'm speaking from my own personal experience and what I've seen. But
Mhm.
I would say even in Europe, again, guys, feel free to correct me, but that's like my personal experience and what I see. That yeah, Kathak kind of dominates here,
Oh,
and
that's
yeah, Bharatanatyam, Odissi, all of these other ones are kind of like in the shadow, to say.
no way.
No, no pun intended on
No
shadow.
pun intended.
No pun intended on that. Quickly, let's just talk about. I feel like I could talk about colorism and all of this so long, but like we have 2 minutes left because I have planned timing, like all of this.
Okay.
Um, Talk to me about your background in dance, how you got into dance, and you know if you did anything before. Were you a doctor? I knew you talked about your Calvin Klein experience and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And quickly just brush up on Atma, because the one thing that I feel like you guys have in common is production value, like,
Yeah.
and costumes.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, thank you for making good male costumes. I
Thank you.
hate. Do you know? Some of you have it, but if anybody who's worked in Bollywood, you know, when the guys have to wear the short sleeves and you're a skinny guy and you have to show off your arms, or like the deep
Yo,
V chest when you're like skinny guys and you
yeah.
have to show off,
It's
or
like
like
all
you
the
have
way
a hair.
down here.
Ah, I hate them, and they're always like pink colors of bedazzle. So I think the two of you have like that very nicely done. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
talk to me about your background and talk to me about a little bit of that.
Yeah. So I started dancing when I was 5 years old. And it was pretty much like so I'm Malayali, South Indian, and there was this thing called Onam, how like it's like a Malayali festival, and there was used to be like dance competitions and stuff like that. So like I think I was like one of the first male performers like in the Malu community. So they were like, "Oh, who's this guy that can dance?" kind of thing. Meanwhile, I had no idea. There's actually a video of it on my Instagram, like my first performance ever.
Oh, somebody just said it. You have the first video.
Yeah, that was literally my first performance ever. And from there, I used to perform at like random Malu events. And then my sisters actually are trained Bharatanatyam dancers.
Wow.
Uh, so they were trained for 16 years. And I used to go into their classes, which was their classes were at my elementary school.
Yeah.
So then it would be like an after school, like Friday thing where they had to go there, and it would be on top of the stage. The curtains will be closed. And I used to be that kid sitting on that chair, dangling his feet. And then I would try to mimic what they would do, and then in my house I would just walk and do Bharatanatyam, like kind of thing. So I feel like that kind of like stuck with me in the sense
Yeah.
where like how I can do Bharatanatyam now, because I started doing it when I was a little kid,
Yeah.
but predominantly I did Bollywood in the beginning, and then I started joining the university dance team, which was SA York. Met a lot of my closest friends through SA, and from there started Shadow. Met Amit through online kind of thing. I don't even know how we. I don't even remember how we met. So Amit is the director and founder of Mystic India and Performing Arts. And initially, like I auditioned for the company way back when, like long time ago. But I was literally the he didn't know what to do with me because like I was like he was like this guy from Toronto wants to audition to be part of a States company, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So ever since then, like we've had like a good relationship, and like we always kept in touch. And then he actually reached out to me in the sense where Mystic India was coming to Toronto, well, Niagara Falls in that
Yeah.
sense, and he knew that I had a company, and like because we were always talking back and forth. And then he hit me up, and then he was like, "Hey, do you think you can get me 35 dancers
Yeah.
for this show?" And I was like, "Yo, I got you. We can make this happen." And then so I asked a bunch of my like the company first, and then I had to outsource, and because it was during exam time, so
Okay.
a lot of people were like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna defer my exams and
Make money.
let's do
Be
this."
famous.
Yeah, so like we were like, okay, let's do this. And then so I had to find other dancers that I have worked with in the past and reach out to them like, hey, are you down? And then I rallied the troops, and they came down, I think two or three weekends. I don't know if Hero's here. Hero was one of the girls that came down and taught a couple of the pieces. Amit came down, and we learned the pieces, and then we literally met 2 days before the show. Like
Yeah.
we've never danced together. 2 days before the show, we just had rehearsals, and it was like their 45 dancers and our 35 dancers
Damn.
kind of thing. So we all like met at Falls View, and then we did like this huge show. And then from there, I was part of Atma, and then because I'm pretty much the only full-time dancer on my company,
Yeah.
so I could leave and go on tour.
That's nice.
So I actually lived in New York for 6 months, I think I don't even know how long I was there, but that was like my tour portion of Mystic India, where like
Yeah.
we were on the road like every week doing show after show after show. But yeah, ever since then, like I think the last show I did with Mystic India was last year.
Okay.
And that was in LA, San Fran. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have 10 minutes left, and I want to get to playing a game. The game,
God.
I know, I had so many more questions left, dude.
Oh,
But
shit.
we're gonna speed this along, and so we're gonna do like, let's say, 5 minutes of games quickly. Are you ready? All right. This game is called Sip a Chai or Play with Rai.
Okay,
If
I
you
got
don't
my
want to
chai.
do it, you got your chai.
Okay.
If you want to play, you play with Rai. All right. You said you used to work in Calvin Klein. I'm gonna start off really easy. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
If you were to star, produce, and direct a Calvin Klein campaign, who
Oh,
would
God.
star beside you? What would the brand be? Would it be like underwear or like clothing or like perfume? And explain the shoot, commercial campaign, or whatever it is to me. Are you ready? Off the top of your head,
God.
go.
Oh, my
Who's gonna
God.
star beside you? Who's gonna star beside you?
Does this have to be an employee?
No, it's a campaign. It can be anybody,
Oh,
in the world, famous,
oh my
non-famous, anybody.
God.
Go.
David Beckham.
David Beckham would star beside you. What would the campaign be about? Perfume, clothes, underwear, what?
Clothes.
Clothes. All right, cool.
Clothes.
Would it be a commercial? Would it be a shoot?
It would be a commercial.
Okay, explain the commercial to me. Go.
Uh,
Make it off the top of your head. Go, go, go.
Bro, I don't even know. He's walking down and Ali, and then I don't even know, man.
Wait, so you're in your Calvin? No, you guys are both in your clothes, in your Calvin Klein clothes, and he's walking down an alley. I just want to end it there. All right, that sounds super dodgy. All right, we're all familiar playing Holy. Somebody said we're all familiar with Marry, Shag, or Kill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is called archive, delete, or repost. I'm going to give you some of the content that you've created, and you're going to have to choose what you're going to archive, what you're going to delete, what you're going to repost, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Ghar More, Nano Vale, Kuma. Which one would you archive, which one would you delete forever, and which one would you repost?
I would archive Goomer.
Got it? Come on, quick.
Delete Nano.
Yes.
And repost Ghar More.
Rectitude, Rhythm of Warrior, or TEDx performance?
Delete TEDx.
Damn, that's a good performance.
Yeah, delete TEDx.
Go.
And repost, what was it? Rectitude?
Rectitude or Rhythm of Warrior?
Ooh.
Okay, I need you to hurry. Come on. Time crunch.
It's a tie.
God. Okay, Swag, Chamya, or Ankh Mare?
Swag, delete.
Okay. Wow. Chamya and Ankh.
Repost Ankh.
And Chamya gets archived. All right, cool. Favorite movie of all time?
Oh my God. White Chicks.
Act out a dialogue from it. Bonus points.
Oh my God.
Go.
Making my way downtown.
I don't think she does it like that though, but I'll give you that. Okay. I'm gonna play a game now where basically I'm gonna play some soca music. You have to dance soca, okay?
What?
Yes. And what you're gonna do is you have a plethora of village of dancers, and I'm gonna yell out their names, okay? And whilst you're socaing, you have to give them each a dance pose as I give them their name. You got it?
Oh my God.
Okay, get into a sphere where I can. Are you ready? Come on. Okay, I'm gonna tell. Any specific songs? Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Yeah.
All right. Start soaking. All right, I'm gonna give you the names. Angie, give Angie a pose as you're soaking. Yeah. God. Okay. Artika, you should be soaking in between.
I can't hear you.
Okay, hold on.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
You're frozen.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready? Can you hear the music?
Yep.
All right. Start soaking. Soca. All right. Artika.
Oh my God.
You should be soaking. Ashley. Benita.
Oh my God. She's fine.
Go. Soak at the same time. Divyanshi
is
Gagan.
Oh my God. Gagan's contemporary.
Gayatri.
Classical.
Gurpreet. Hashvini or Hashvini.
Hashvini is
Leanne.
Leanne is
Okay, Manisha. Okay, cool.
Mazumita is an expression.
I'm not gonna lie, you should be soaking whilst you're doing this. You're not soaking.
I am.
Matusha
is a hair.
Melissa. Nadia
is a
Nandini. Naromi
is a
Natasha.
Holy shit! Oh my God!
Bloody hell, we haven't gone even through. Come on, man. Come on.
This is a lot.
Pravini. Priyanka.
Priyanka.
Renta. Oh, Renta.
Bollywood.
Rinky.
Okay, I'm tired, bro.
Rinky.
You're cutting out.
Oh, bloody hell. Hello?
You're cutting out.
Can you hear me?
Bruh. Yeah, now I can hear you.
I can't, dude. You have like 2,000 dances still left, but that we didn't get.
I do.
Okay.
It's okay. You're going by alphabetical order.
Just give your collective rest of the people a dance pose then.
Oh man.
The collective people that have been left behind.
All right.
That I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna do this because you do love to do that in a lot of your. Yeah, you do love to do that in a lot of your videos.
I thought you said dance pose.
Yeah, that's a dance pose.
I mean, this is just like model pose.
Oh, got it. Got it. We don't have a lot of time left, so I'm gonna quiz through this. I had so many other things that I wanted to do.
I'm kind of glad we didn't.
No, I'm not. There were so many things. We're gonna get to this. Okay, peaks and valleys. Okay, we're gonna get on to next. Thank you for doing that, by the way. I really appreciate it.
I don't even know if I did it right.
It's okay. It's all right. Peaks and valleys. We've got 2 minutes left. A peak in your life that has taught you a valuable lesson. What is it? Share it with us. A valley in your life. What was it, and what lesson you learned from it, and share it with us. Go, go, go. We got 2 minutes left.
It would be Mystic. I think that was like one of my peaks in my life where I learned a lot about production and costuming and all that stuff. And I feel like through my experience with that, I put it back through Shadow kind of thing. And that's why I'm producing all those videos and digital content and all that stuff. So I think Amit played a huge factor in opening my eyes and seeing like what I can do with dance, you know what I mean? And because I went on tour, I pretty much got to get the whole feel of production, you know what I mean? And going with that.
Valley, go. 1 minute left.
I think that would be the guy that took off with my video footage.
the two guys.
Yeah, so that was like actually like one of my lows, and like I feel like you can't be so quick to trust people, and that's actually the right word. And literally, I feel like you can't trust people right off the bat just on their work. Like get to know them, actually look at reviews. Like it's so important to like look at reviews on who you work with. And like you don't want to go through what I did. Like nobody should ever have to go through that.
By the way, I was thinking more along the lines of like life. Like I don't know.
True.
But
I thought it was dance related.
No. It's life related. I said life,
okay.
But I do love your wisdom. It was very nice for you to share that. All right, quickly, any upcoming projects that you're working on? I know you talked about the fact that you're doing videos as we spoke.
Yep.
So yeah, talk about any upcoming projects. I know one of your tour was kind of like paused due to COVID, but yeah, go. Did I freeze?
Hello? Yeah.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Did I freeze? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, so pretty much I was doing a production show with 85 dancers in Toronto. We had a casting call. We got some dancers. We were ready to go in August. And obviously because of COVID, we got severely impacted by that. And now we can only do the show when concerts are allowed. So whenever that is, hopefully this pandemic ends soon. I just launched my YouTube channel, so I will be doing a lot of collabs and other stuff that I will be releasing very soon. It's been in the works for a long time, but yeah, just trying to finally get myself out there a little bit more. The man behind Shadow is
coming out of the shadows. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
that. Any lasting words, guys? Anybody want to ask him anything? Feel free to. Now is your time. Anything you want to tell the people, your people, who you haven't had the time to say? Thank you for, by the way, doing the Insta Live. I really, really appreciate
Thank
this.
You were my first
Yeah.
Insta Live. I know I pretty much slept at it today, so.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Basically, we're gonna do a part 2 where I get to do more challenges and
Oh,
go
God.
through all of
Jeez.
these.
That's some
These-
serious stalking, bro.
Listen, it's not stalking, it's
No, I'm kidding,
intrigueness.
I'm
I
kidding.
really wanted to dive in heavily
Yeah. No,
into a
I
lot
know
of things. But I'm really, really grateful for the fact that you joined
Thank
and that you gave up your time and you responded to my message. And I really want to say for anybody who hasn't checked out your work to really go do it, because I genuinely think that you have, in the past, I don't know how many years, whenever I've seen a work that you have produced, it's really, really beautiful. I think Canada in general has a really great like choreography dance space, but I think the way that you highlight South Asian beauty and how the meticulousness, the clever choreography that goes into it, it's really beautiful.
Thank
and
you.
I can't wait to one day work with you where I just come into
I know.
rehearsal and
That collab channel is coming.
I don't know. I feel like my dancing days aren't really behind me. Like I dance to a certain extent, but you know, if you teach like general level dance or you dance in Bollywood for too long and you don't do any other training, you kind of like lose skill sets. I feel like I've lost it. But one day you'll choreograph and I'll dance for you.
Yep.
Or something.
Totally down. We'll do it up.
But thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank you,
this.
bro.
Your work is amazing. You're good. We're gonna do a
you.
part 2 where you're gonna do more soca and finish
Jeez.
up things. I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed in that. But yeah. Thank you so much, guys. We're back next week with another episode, 7 p.m. Tobin, thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
Watch you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.